So if you're looking at HOVERAir drones right now, you're probably asking one question: should I buy the HOVERAir X1 or should I spend twice as much on the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max? And on paper they look similar, both launch from your palm, both can automatically follow you, both designed to make capturing cinematic footage incredibly easily. But after spending time with both, I found some major differences that could make one a much better fit depending on how you plan to use it. So this video we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the HOVERAir X1 versus the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max. I'm gonna jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So before we talk about the features, let's talk about the price. So the HOVERAir X1 currently costs around $299, and that's actually a pretty good package considering what it includes. So for this, you're going to get the drone, the charging hub, as well as an extra battery. Meanwhile, the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max comes in at around $699, which is roughly a $400 difference. So the question isn't whether the Pro Max is better, because it is actually better, but the real question is it worth $400 more? So let's jump into the design and portability. So the good news is that both drones are extremely portable. So the HOVERAir X1 folded is 86 by 127 by 31 millimeters. Unfolded is 145 by 127 by 30, and the weight is only 125 grams. The X1 is incredibly compact at only 125 grams. It's lighter than many smartphones and noticeably smaller than the Pro Max. Now this is a drone that you can literally throw in your jacket pocket, a small sling bag, or even your cargo shorts and almost forget that it's there. And the portability is honestly one of the reasons why the X1 became so popular. It's designed for people who want something simple, lightweight, and always with them. Meanwhile, the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max is a little bit bigger. It's folded as 105 by 149 by 34 millimeters. Unfolded is 173 by 149 by 39 millimeters. Weight on this is 192.5 grams. X1 Pro is definitely a little bit larger. It's about 67 grams and noticeably bigger in dimensions. Now you can immediately see the difference. The body is larger, the frame is thicker, and it takes up a little bit more room in your bag. But all of that extra size is actually serving a good purpose. And inside the larger frame, you'll get a significant larger camera, 2-axis gimbal, rear obstacle avoidance sensors, larger batteries, more advanced processing power, support for 8K videos, as well as 4K slow-mo recording. So yes, it's bigger, but it's also carrying considerably more technology. As far as the battery life, the X1 uses a 1050 mAh battery and delivers up to 11.5 minutes of flight time. This is approximately 20 minutes automated flight paths per battery. For casual flying, quick social media clips, that's usually all you need. The Pro Max steps things up significantly. It uses a larger 1920 mAh battery and delivers up to 60 minutes of flight time, or up to 32 automated flight paths per battery. And if that's still not enough, there's also an optional power case that doubles as a 12,000 mAh power bank, giving you the equivalent of roughly 40 additional minutes of flight time while charging on the go. So for creators who shoots all day, travel frequently, or spend a lot of time outdoors, the extra battery life can make a huge difference. Now over to the controls. Another big difference that doesn't get talked about is just the user interface. Now the X1 keeps things pretty simple. You have basically two control buttons, a power button and a mode button, and press the mode button to cycle through the different flight modes. It's also designed to be incredibly beginner friendly. So yes, the power button turns it on and off. You can cycle through the different modes with the mode button, but also you can change some parameters from the mode button by doing a long press, and this is what that looks like.
Bird eye, custom, dolly track, middle, angle track.
Now the Pro Max takes a different approach. It uses a multi-directional control pad with a center button, and with this you can scroll through up to 15 flight modes directly on your drone, adjust parameters like your distance, your height, customize settings without needing your phone, and confirm settings and launch it directly from the drone itself. Now this might not sound like a huge deal, but when you're outdoors, you're riding a bike, you're hiking, or just trying to get a quick shot, being able to make adjustments directly on your drone is incredibly convenient. I also feel like there's more flexibility on the Pro Max for software updates, because because instead of the limitations of having a certain amount of buttons, you can always build new modes into the drone, and then you can add them as needed. Just cycle through and they'll be there waiting for you. So from a portability standpoint, both are excellent. The X1 is slightly easier to carry, a little bit lighter, but the difference in my opinion isn't huge. As far as the camera quality, this is where the biggest differences start to appear. So the original X1 shoots up to 2.7K video, and honestly, for social media, family vacation, family videos, and casual content creation, looks really good. The stabilization works well and the footage is easy to share. But the Pro Max is a completely different beast. So the Pro Max can shoot up to 8K at 30 frames per second, 4K at 60, does come with HDR, HLG, log profile, as well as vertical video. So if you're a YouTuber, TikToker, content creator, the extra resolution is incredibly useful because you can crop, zoom, and reframe your footage without losing quality. So if camera quality matters, the Pro Max wins this category easily. As far as the flight mode, this is also another reason to consider the Pro Max over the original X1. So let's start with what the X1 includes. The X1 has hover, follow, orbit, bird's eye, as well as zoom out. Plus, with the updated firmware, the custom button allows you to assign snapshot, dolly track, indoor follow, as well as 360 spin. So the X1 is actually more capable than most people realize, but the Pro Max builds on that firmware with over 15 intelligent flight modes. So in addition to the flight modes that I just mentioned, the X1 Pro Max also comes with a spiral mode, which is where the drone circles around you while climbing and descending to create a dramatic shot. Also has dolly zoom that creates a Hollywood style effect where the background appears to stretch while the subject stays the same size. You also have bicycle modes as well as ski mode, and in my opinion, these additional modes just gives you more options. These also create a much more professional looking tracking shots that really stands out. So to me, the Pro Max just simply gives you as a creator just more tools that you can work with. Tracking and safety. Now, both drones do follow you automatically, but the Pro Max is clearly designed for more active users. The X1 can track subject moving up to 50 miles per hour, and that's great for your walking shots, for hiking, for casual cycling, but the Pro Max increases that to approximately 26 miles per hour. Now, this makes it much better for mountain biking, road cycling, skiing, faster outdoor activities. The Pro Max also has OmniTerrain technology and rare collision detection, but that makes it suited for challenging environments such as flying over water, over cliffs, uneven terrains, or even just flying outdoors where it detects an obstacle. It will either automatically stop or navigate around that obstacle, and that's because the Pro Max just has additional sensors on the back as well as under the drone just to give you more safety. So who should buy each drone? So here's my simple recommendation. Buy the HOVERair X1 if you're on a budget, if you want the best value, you mainly post on social media, and you want something simple to use, and at $299 with the charging hub and the extra battery, it's honestly a great deal. As far as the X1 Pro Max, buy the X1 Pro Max if you're a YouTube content creator, you want the best quality image, you need advanced flight modes, participate in action sports, maybe you're a cyclist or you do mountain bike or something like that, and you want room to grow as a creator. You just have way more options at your disposal. Pro Max is going to give you better quality, it's going to give you more flight modes, more safe, and it also gives you a little bit more flight time. But the honest question is, which drone is right for you? So I'll leave links to both in the description. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.